Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I wanted to show you guys how to get a pretty good amount of gear for your character through PvP. Now for those of you guys that don't know, there's no longer such a thing as PvP gear and PvE gear, which means that if you get a really good piece of gear from PvP that has high item level and the right secondary stats that you need, you can turn around and use that same piece of gear in raiding or really whatever other type of PvE content that you're trying to do. Now whenever I say PvP, you might be thinking arenas, RBGs, or even normal battlegrounds. And while those might be, they might expedite the process a little bit more, they are not necessarily required. I have not stepped foot in a battleground or an arena or a skirmish or anything for this entire expansion. I've already gotten a number of best in slot PvP pieces, and as I said before, I have not done any real PvP. And so I'm going to show you guys how I did that in this video. And also another little bonus, by the way, you guys are going to see a gear that I got, is that you get some really cool looking gear. Like I'm literally, look at my gear, I'm literally a purpler now. It's awesome. And so I'm going to go ahead and explain it real quick for you guys that have maybe a shorter attention span. It's real simple. There are world quests out in the world that give you PvP honor, and the higher your honor level is, the higher the chance that one of those world quests is going to reward you with an 840 plus piece of gear. It's just that simple. So as you guys can see right here, I have a honor level of 31, and I think that the 840 pieces of gear begin to start popping up whenever you're about honor level 15. It's between like 15 and 20, and so I would recommend get to at least like 20, open up your map and see what's around. Now I'll also show you guys the places where they can pop up. Now there are PvP objectives in all of the different areas in the Broken Isles besides I think Suramar. I don't think Suramar has one, but all of the other places can potentially have PvP objectives, and there's one that can be right there. That's like the Murloc one. There's one that's obviously right there at that point, and these roll over. I'll show you guys my mouse where a lot of them are. You guys can see right there. There's the one. You guys are gonna see me get this belt. It's gonna be 850, by the way. It was really cool. And also there's some over in Stormheim down at the bottom and two up at the top. And so these roll over, and they you can do these every 2 hours. And so most of the world quests are up for like maybe like 4 or 5 or maybe 12 hours or 24 hours, but the PvP world quests roll over every 2 to 4 hours. Most of them are every 2 hours. And so here's myself going to another one that gives me the boots. And as I said before, you need to have at least the honor level of what I would recommend of at least like probably 20. And you can do these world quests before you get the honor level, just so you can get up to that honor level as well. Now it seems to be pretty binary. You either get an 805 piece of gear or you get an 840 piece of gear. And the higher your honor level is, my understanding of that is that the higher chance that it's going to be 840 instead of 805. Now you can of course do battlegrounds, and battlegrounds are going to make this faster, right? Of course, but you don't necessarily have to. My recommendation is just go by and do all of the world quests to give rewards that you find useful to your character, and besides that, just don't really worry about it, and it'll happen sooner than later. Now as I said before, you can obviously use this gear in PvE, and the stats are random, right? But pretty much the stats for all of the gear that we're getting in the world quest right now is random, so it's basically the same thing. It's not really a big deal. And there it is. There's my 850 belt. I wish it said Titan Forge. I'd feel a lot better about it, but it still was really cool. It didn't match my transmog, which by the way is awesome. I already mentioned that, but I'm going to say it twice. And so again guys, this is very useful, and I've been using this a lot to kind of fill in the gaps with my gear. It's really helped me a lot, and that's why I wanted to make this video and show you guys so it can help you as well. As I said before, these quests roll over about every 2 to 4 hours, and so if you've done them before, go ahead and open up the map again, check again, and as you guys can see, I wanted to show this clip as my last clip. There's a lot of people in these areas, and so you might have a little bit of competition, but at the end of the day, you're probably going to come out ahead even if it takes you a little bit longer. You will know before you even go over there if it's going to give you an 840 piece of gear or not, and so if you're already at the threshold and you're not like really bored or something like that, you don't necessarily have to go over there and do it. And for me, I just pretty much go and do them all as much as I want. And by the way, I want to mention one thing that's very important. Whenever you prestige up, once you get to level 50 and you prestige back down to 1, all the world quests identify your character and look at your character as if it is level 50, and so you don't need to worry about not prestiging to keep getting these rewards. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get the 840 pieces of gear. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I got. This is very useful for filling in the gaps in your gear, and I would recommend everybody to go do it. So that's pretty much it. I hope this helped you. It certainly helped me, so thank you for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.